What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. As always, bring you incredible guests from all over the world, so sit back, relax, and tune in. My next guest is an award-winning account executive, the creator of 10 Times Your Expertise, and the founder of Straight Talk Writer. Please welcome Lynn Miller. Lynn, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Lynn and I actually met at a women's networking event about a month and a half ago, something like that. And it's connected. But she's here. She's created an incredible opportunity for specifically workshop leaders, speakers, and consultants. So I want to get into, I love this. I love what you've created. I think it's necessary. And I think you're going to continue to blow up. But I want to hear a little bit about your journey. What made you create your company, founded your company, and created this program for people?
Oh, thank you. Well, the dirty little secret is I started out studying classical music. So I was a singer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I did that for 10 years. Like I studied it for 10 years because I had a good voice and people said, you should be an opera singer. So I said, okay.
Yeah.
And then I discovered I really didn't like it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I tried to do some other, then I got involved in everything. It turned out that I had everything I tried, I was pretty good at. So I kept thinking I should keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand why I wasn't having any fun and enjoying it. And then even the sales executive job really wasn't particularly turning me on. I made money, but it wasn't exciting for me.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. And I had all this experience in the e-learning space.
Yeah.
Thought that it was like stale, not worth anything. And then COVID hit and I said, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
My two favorite things are asking questions and helping people grow their businesses. I think there's something here and I've got all the expertise.
Love it.
Right. To gain the credibility. Let me give it a shot. And it started right away. Somebody did a video for me. And the next thing I knew, somebody was calling me and saying, I've been trying to do the same thing. Let's work together. Like it's over the last 2.5, 3 years. I've had the most fun I've ever had.
That's a beautiful thing. See, it's never too late to find where you belong in life. It's never too late. That is awesome. So to explain to us, so Straight Talk Writer is your company, right?
Yeah.
And then you've created this 10 Times Your Expertise. So
Yes.
What does Straight Talk Writer do?
Straight Talk Writer, I basically started after I was in the sales world. I decided I wanted to step back and just write about some bad things that happened to me.
Okay.
And, I really kind of believed too many people and I believed the wrong people. And so I said, okay, I think I need to kind of restart. And so I used writing as my vehicle to restart. And I wrote for a year about the topic of resilience.
Yeah. Okay.
And in the process, I kind of gained a little bit more confidence and a little bit of more mojo. And I said, I have something to say. I have something more to contribute. What does it look like? And then COVID hit and I said, oh, I know what it is. I want to grow I grew big, medium-sized companies and I always worked with large companies. But, the people that really have the opportunity and don't know it are the people who are in small businesses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I actually became what I would call an opportunity champion.
I love it. I love that title, Opportunity Champion. That's beautiful. And that where 10 Times Your Expertise was born?
10 Times Your Expertise was born because I hosted a conference about 5 or 6 years ago. I think it's 6 years ago now. And I asked everybody in the room, what would it look like if you added a 0 to your business?
Yeah.
And they said, they all talked for 45 minutes and talked about how they would share best practices and learn from each other and help each other. It was about getting funding, all kinds of other things. And then after that, I said, adding a 0 to your business is a heavy lift.
Yeah.
What's the process? What would it look like if you could slowly add a 0 to your business? And I said, well, if you took your expertise and used it in a variety of ways, taught people in a variety of ways, consulted using technology, that wrote, got on podcasts, then you could 10 times your expertise.
Yeah, very true. And so why did you pick workshop leaders, speakers, and consultants to help with this adding a zero to their business or 10 times their expertise?
They have so much content already.
Yeah.
And so the biggest complaint I was getting when I was meeting with them was, I don't know what to do with all of this.
Yeah.
Well, I don't either, but if we can strategize about it, we can figure out what to do about it and how to make money off of it.
Yeah.
You make money for every time you speak, but what happens when you're not speaking?
Yeah.
And what about the people who can't come to see you speak?
Yeah.
Why can't they benefit from you? So I believe that, the world is waiting for the expertise that most people have to offer, and you just have to give them a way to get it.
Wow. What a great niche you found for yourself.
Thank
Like,
you.
just amazing, because I feel like it's there. You nailed it on the head. They have so much, like myself. I mean, I don't know how I would be able to strategize that, but like I have a lot of expertise in the podcasting space, so I could try to monetize that myself, and it would just, that would be amazing.
Well, yeah, because, the world doesn't know how to, and there's a lot of stopping and starting, and the people who've mastered it. So I believe in mastery. I believe that if you practice, the thing, if you practice 10,000 hours, you've mastered something.
Yeah.
So I've practiced a lot of things for 10,000 hours. I just didn't like any of them. This one I like.
Yeah.
So if there's something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing, and, everybody's asking, how do you do it?
Yeah.
You owe it to them to do it, and it won't change anything except make you better and grow your business. So I believe that, if you've come up with a secret sauce, you have something to contribute to the world, and the world should be able to use it.
Yeah, I love it. So take us a little bit through your process. So if somebody comes to you and says, okay, I'm interested in working with you. I am a consultant. What does that look like for them when they start to work with you in your program that you've created?
One for one thing, they're ready to grow their business.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if they just want to keep doing what they're doing, I'm really not interested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But some people come to me and they say, oh, I start asking questions about, like, how do they work with their clients, and
right.
how to speak to people, and all of a sudden they're starting to feel like something could happen.
Yeah.
They shut it down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They say, I don't want, you can tell they don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
So I really want people that are ready to dig in. And I say, and my first question to them, they take it, first of all, we do a quick kickoff. My course is the consulting process. So 10x your expertise is the consulting process. And they do about 3 worksheets, and we ask questions about, how do you want to be known as an expert? I don't really want to know about all your expertise, but what do you want to be known for?
Yeah.
Because things you know how to do is not the things you want to be known for. Like, I want to be known. I discovered I wanted to be known as an opportunity champion.
Yes. I love that.
And the way I wanted it to look in the world was a lot of people sharing their expertise with the world.
Yeah.
It was very clear to me. And I used to sell online learning for years and years and years, libraries of learning, like thousands of courses. And I said, this doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But gosh, the talent that people have, the chance for them to be able to impact the world, that feels lots more interesting to me.
Oh, yeah.
So my process is a series of questions. It starts with, how do you want to be known as an expert? It talks about the experience that people have when they come to you. What do they complain about? Mm-hmm. And what do they mostly complain about?
Yeah.
And when you ask that question, it's different than saying, what are their pain points? Because you can't actually pin that down.
Yeah.
But you can envision what people come to you complaining about.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So I make it as easy for people to start opening up about a story of interacting with somebody. And if they could have that same experience multiple times,
Okay.
that's their opportunity to create a course.
There you go. Okay. That's
Okay.
beautiful.
So it's more about them recreating their favorite customer experience.
Yeah.
And so I ask questions about what happens before, during, and after. And we get to the ideal client, because you cannot create a course for lots of people.
Right. Right.
Different people. You have to focus on one who's got the complaint.
Yeah.
And so we kind of go through a series of questions about that. And then they get to have 3 meetings with me.
Okay.
So after they finish those worksheets, I look at them. We go back and forth about a few things. And then, because most of the time when I say something about, if there's one area of expertise you want to focus on, what would that look like? And they say, then they give me a list.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want a list.
Yeah. Just one.
So what I promise at the end of 10X Your Expertise is a strategy.
Okay.
How they're going to create courses. And that looks like one course outline and a lot of other topics after that.
Okay.
You could create your own library.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Amazing. Yeah.
And it's possible. It takes time and it's possible. But if you have a community already, or if you've done some of the heavy lifting around building an audience, it's a lot easier to sell.
Yeah. Well, and I think the e-learning courses are huge. I mean, haven't they just doubled in sales like over the last couple of years? Because I mean, there's a big trend towards that. People, like you said, the how-tos, and if you have expertise, you can package it up and put it in a nice little package with a bow on it. Someone's going to buy that.
Well, I have a little bias about that, and that is, you not set it and forget it. Don't put it in a little bow and say, see you later. I'm sure people will buy it, because what they really want, Deanna, is time with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So even if it's a little bit of time, 45 minutes, even if so I give them an hour, 3 different 1 hour sessions.
Okay.
But in that time, we're collaborating on what is this first course going to look like, and where is the content that you have for that? Like, where are your presentations? What do you have already? Yeah, we can. So I'm not working from scratch,
right?
Ever. And what I do is the first part is the strategy. The second part is the content development plan. And in that plan, it's a big document that says, okay, for topic 1, here's where the source content is, and here's what we're going to talk about. And we do that over and over and over again. And when they're ready to create the course, I bring it to a partner, 1 or 2 partners of mine who can create it for them.
Awesome.
And then they come back to me when they're ready to launch, because to me, it's never successful until the course is making money.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. And so do you have, I'm sure you do you have a success story you could share with us of someone you've worked with? You don't have to share any names, but like maybe their background, if they're a speaker, consultant, or whatever, and then what kind of course they created and how successful it's been.
The success story I have is somebody who I worked with early on.
Okay.
And her expertise was in sales.
Okay.
And she was, seems to be people later in their career that like to work with me.
Yeah.
So they say, is this all there is? And they want to find an easier, and it's not easy, but a different way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She said to me, my communication is not exactly landing with the people that I want to reach.
Okay.
And I said, well, what happened? Why is it? What do you think's happening? She said, I talk about sales, but the people I'm getting are not the people I want. I've been doing this for so long. And I said, well, what did you want for people? She said, I want people to create their own economies. And her name is Donna Smith Bellinger. So you probably even know her.
Okay.
And she said, I want people to create their own economies. And I said, well, when do you want them to do that? And she said, when they're leaving corporate and they've got this high-powered job, and they want to actually become a business owner that's equally or more successful, I want to make sure they can do it.
Wow. That's awesome.
Now that sounds a lot better than, I help people with sales.
Right. Yeah. A lot better.
So when we got to the strategy, she just kept saying, I'm changing everything about how I talk about what I do. Like, people are wanting to work with me because you helped me see there was a message I wasn't communicating.
Yeah.
So she has maybe sold her course, but she's definitely done a lot of business because she got all excited about how she can really make a difference for people.
I love that. That's beautiful. And so typically how long is a course that you help people create?
Well, I create a course that actually doesn't take longer than a couple hours to finish.
Okay.
And the reason I do that is because I want the last part of the course to be time with the expert. And that time with the expert is basically an opportunity for them to upsell their services.
I gotcha.
That's why I don't believe in set it and forget it.
Smart. That's very smart, though.
So that's what sales, selling for 20 years will do for you.
Yeah.
So I'm really sharing my business development expertise. You give people a taste and they want more.
Yeah.
Course is a paid taste of working with you.
Yeah. Okay. No,
and the rest of it is your services after that. And you end up having to not wonder where the next thing's coming from, because they're all coming through this funnel of, let me try working with them.
Yeah.
Which is the course.
Beautiful. Very, very smart. Very savvy. So how long does it take when someone comes to you to work with you to start this process? How long from start to finish till they will have a completed course of their own? So
they, when they come to me, the first part of the process takes about 6 weeks, the most,
okay.
4 to 6 weeks. And a lot of it is me doing the work. So they just answer questions and I transcribe our conversations, and I turn those transcripts into basically a strategy using their voice. And when they say, oh God, that sounds just like me, it's because it is.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's their my questions that they're answering. And they're so excited and inspired that the way they speak starts to change.
Yeah, I bet.
So I had that happen with somebody else who's a LinkedIn expert. We're actually finishing her course now. It takes 6 weeks and then another couple months to do the content development plan.
Okay.
And then from there, about 3 to 4 months to create the program and then launching.
So that is
it's 6 months altogether. Yeah. It's not overnight.
Yeah.
And
I can't imagine putting something together like that should be overnight either, because you want to put quality work out there, not crap, right?
Well, I don't only want to put quality work out there. I want to put the work that's going to grow your business out there.
Yes. I love that. That's amazing.
So go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask, like, why should someone, if someone's listening to this right now, they're a workshop leader, speakers, consultants, which I know I have a lot of you out there that are listening. Why should they contact you to do something like this for themselves?
Well, if you're not sure, you can still have a little time with me, and you can say, get ready to 10x your expertise, and you can do something small.
Okay.
If they are sure, they should come to me because they want to discover something new about how they could grow a business.
Yeah.
And so what they find out is, oh gosh, I do the same process with everybody over and over and over again.
Yeah.
They get, like, for example, this book coach. And guess what? Every time I do it, there's a best-selling book that comes out of it.
Wow.
And so we talked about that. And so her course is not how to write the whole book. Her course is how to write the outline for the book.
Oh, okay.
Detailed outline for the book. So I'm always, what I do know about learning is that less is more.
Yes.
So people want to tell you everything about how to do something. And in fact, you only need to tell them like the first 3 things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I want people to come to me and say, this is what I do, like when I have these 6 month engagements, but I don't want it. But the first part, maybe I can monetize.
Yeah.
And so if we give them an experience where they spend a few weeks with you on and off, some work by themselves and some work with you, by the time that 2 to 3 months is up, usually not more than 6 to 8 weeks, they're like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Because they've had such an amazing outcome.
Yeah.
Wonderful. From the experience. And so I hope I'm answering the question.
Yeah, you are. You did answer the question. No, I love it. So where can people find you, connect with you, and learn a little bit more, Lynn, about working with you?
You can go to LinkedIn and find that. My name is Lynn Miller. You can email me at lynn@straighttalkwriter.com.
Perfect. All right, you guys. Okay, one more.
Those are the 2 ways to do it. There's 2 links to the courses, but I think those are the 2 best ways, LinkedIn and my email.
Excellent. You guys, I'm going to put those links in the show notes. So if you connected with Lynn and are interested in creating a course of your own, do not hesitate to reach out. I think that would be genius of you to do so, because obviously we're in a world where everything is e-learning and you're missing an opportunity if you don't contact her. Lynn, this is the part of the show where I like to ask for last words of wisdom or advice. What would you like to leave with us today?
Well, I think that my biggest breakthrough came when I decided to embrace the unexpected. So what I'm going to say is, you don't have to know what to do all the time. If you can embrace the unexpected, bigger things are possible.
Yes, totally agree. I am all about embracing the unexpected. Just go with the flow. Let life flow. That was beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. I just think it's just incredibly savvy and smart what you've created. And yeah, I can't wait to see you go far with it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Deanna. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. As always, don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, review, comment, share, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.